Blue Beetle, you know he's gonna carry. He's our next Spider-Man.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure, easily, right? Right?
Oh yeah, he next up, easy for sure.
Okay, he's our next Spider-Man. Okay, he's gonna carry the franchise. We know exactly what's going on. Everybody knows Blue Beetle.
Yes, when you think Blue Beetle, you think Spider-Man. They right next to each other.
Okay. Because I couldn't remember who's bigger, like Blue Beetle or Spider-Man. Every time I watch Spider-Man, I'm like, oh, Blue Beetle coming up next.
Yeah, Blue Beetle really did that first though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Now I understand not everyone saw Blue Beetle, but I did, and I very much enjoyed it. I wanted to make this video to not only cover this film, but also show how much the DCEU changed in these 10 years. I mean, we started from Man of Steel, and now we're looking at Aquaman 2 premiering tomorrow. To be fair, that might be a video all on its own. I may not cover that inside of this video. But please, comment down below if you have seen Blue Beetle and what did you think of it. My name is SW Nation. Everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, since its announcement, a Blue Beetle movie didn't sound appealing. Then with every single announcement after that, it was clear that they were taking this movie serious. More seriously than the likes of Batgirl. Unlike that film, this one actually got released. And in theaters, I may add. I remember specifically walking into an empty theater on August 18th, 2023. They didn't even have the poster up for the screening. I thought it was disrespectful. I sat there in a room filled with 5 people, including me, to watch the second to last DCEU entry, and well, I walked out pretty charmed. Was it a bad theater experience? In terms of audience reaction, yes, but there was something special about this movie. Blue Beetle tackles the themes of purpose, responsibility, and family. Themes that line right up with Spider-Man. In the age of multiversal sagas and Flash running into multiple Batman and watching Christopher Reeves reincarnated from a distance, it felt nice to have a smaller event comic book movie this year. Literally every other comic book media was about saving the world this year. Instead, this one is about saving one's home. It's not trying to be an event film, it just wants to tell an individual story about Jaime Reyes and his family. Essentially, they are the heart of the film. They act like how my family acts. We joke, we cry, we struggle together. And it's something that makes us want to get invested with them because we as the audience can relate to them. Anyone who watches this movie will be able to relate to not knowing what to do with your life after school or having a loss of purpose. I love that emphasis on purpose and how the family is an active member in helping Jaime find his purpose in the world. They are a major part of the plot. And when it comes to the finale, they are the most valuable players. In terms of the characterization of Jaime Reyes, a reminder here, I am unfamiliar with this character, along with the actor. Apparently he plays in Cobra Kai or something, which is a show I've never seen before. So I went in completely blind about the character and the actor. As a first-time learner of this character and actor, it's one that I'm very excited to see inside of the DCEU. I'm glad that James Gunn decided to keep him because he could be the next anchor, the next heart of a brand new universe. We have all of these gods among men and superpowered beings flying around with laser beams targeting aliens. I mean, we have that in DC and in Marvel. I think a smaller scale hero like this is something that could work for the DCU. Zolo has this way of playing an everyday guy. He doesn't want to be a superhero. He wants nothing to do with that life. He just wants to help provide for his family. And that's something I treasure more than an all-powerful God living among us. It's that honorable trait to help the little guy. Not to say we don't have heroes like that. I mean, Superman is that. He is that. But in terms of on-screen, the only representation of that we have is Ant-Man. And even he has gone too far into the big multiversal war spectacle. And the reason why I didn't say Spider-Man is because, well, in the MCU, Spider-Man has always been facing big villains, and he hasn't been able to help the little guy out. He hasn't been able to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's constantly getting his hand held by a bigger MCU character, and every threat that we've seen him fight is almost always global except for Vulture. But for Blue Beetle, I think it should just be low scale, low stakes, saving one's home. Once the Kaji Da bonds with Jaime, his life changes from what he wants to what he got. Now, the best stories about Spider-Man are always the ones where he has to choose between his personal life and his responsibilities. What he wants versus what he got. He wants to go to MJ's play, but he can't because he knows the city is in danger. What he wants versus what he has to do. Blue Beetle is kind of a hybrid of a lot of Marvel characters, ranging from the webhead to the billionaire in a tin can suit flying around, to the terrifying symbiote of Planet Clintar. We've seen the symbiotic relationship on screen before. It isn't new or fresh by this point, but I love how terrifying they make it look on screen. More terrifying than others. We see the fear on Jaime's face, as what's happening to him will shortly change his life forever. His family watches as his alien bug bonds with their loved one, and they're not able to do anything about it. One of the greatest scenes in this movie, and again, it involves the family, and also involves that trope of what he wants versus what he got. The action sequences inside of this film are pretty cool. They brought in some Injustice 2 special moves, but the action sequences have this Iron Man style to them, which is granted because it's kind of like an Iron Man suit. The Kaji Da is practical and powerful, and the fact that it's a real suit gives it a little bit more verisimilitude. Bruna Marquezine plays Jenny Cord, the daughter of the original Blue Beetle, but also sort of the love interest here. She has ties to the villain inside of the film, but we're not talking about the villain or the antagonist. We're going to lean more into the family aspect. Jenny comes from a world where she had everything. A huge mansion, generational wealth, a job waiting for her at every turn. All of that was given to her. But the fundamental thing that all children should have is family, love, support. To be able to sit at a dinner table surrounded by loved ones and laugh and eat. I love the juxtaposition between her and Jaime. One of them wants what the other has, but also one has what the other doesn't. Jaime has a family. He was able to sit down at the dinner table and cherish their love. But Jenny didn't get that. But Jenny has money. Jenny has generational wealth. Jaime doesn't have that. Not only do their relationship revolve around the scarab, but it also revolves around the theme of what I said before. What you want versus what you got. Did I love this movie? No. There are some problems here. I very much enjoyed it, but it feels generic. And even though there is no shortage of jokes, it wasn't funny to me. George Lopez is a big part of the film, and he's a great comedian, but everything that came out of his mouth was a joke. And it didn't do anything for me. I didn't laugh. There's a lot of things inside of this movie that didn't make me laugh. Well, maybe except this joke.
Hey guys, I found something that
Nothing happened.
Her mom died.
When I walked out of Blue Beetle, I said to myself, it wasn't fantastic, but it worked for me. It's a heartfelt film filled to the brim with representation of the Latino community. Imagine saying that 5 times fast. It's a heartfelt film filled. It's a heartfelt film filled. It's a heartfelt film filled. I can't even do it. Look, you fall in love instantly with the family that not only struggles together, but cries together. When it came to Jaime's father dying, I wept in the theater. The emotions were so high because I got invested with the characters, because I felt a part of the family. It was never going for a multiversal event. It just wanted to tell a charming story about a regular guy that wants to help his family financially. We can all relate to that. But this guy was given a gift that helps more than just his family. And once the finale happens and he talks to his father about his purpose, we finally see. I finally see what the film was going for. The entire movie was about Jaime wanting to get rid of the scarab, seeing it as a curse, running away from this gift. But the scarab isn't random. It chose Jaime, and it chose him for a reason. And now it's up for him to choose. Lead a normal life or take on the responsibility of being the Blue Beetle. A shorter way of saying this is,
with great power,
There must also come great responsibility.
it may not have hit me when I walked in, but it became clear to me more than ever that Blue Beetle was DC's answer to Spider-Man. Alright guys, that is it for the analysis. It's kind of like a pseudo review. I had most of this already written in my script for the review back in August, so it's kind of a pseudo review, but also I want to talk about the family aspects. Please comment down below if you have seen Blue Beetle. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Would you like to see him inside of the DCEU? And yeah, this is the second to last DCEU film. I'm seeing Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom very soon. And a review will be out for that film as well. And then the last round of content for the DCEU will be coming out shortly. With all of that out of the way, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Peace.